Welcome back to Giggles and Glutes, the podcast where fitness meets real talk, a bit of science, and never enough laughter.
Because let's be honest, we didn't laugh through some of the things that we've experienced in the gym or at home. We'd probably cry or throw a dumbbell at something or someone.
Which is not advised. We don't advise you to do that. Today, we are diving into the struggles that women face on their fitness journey, whether that's in the gym or at home. And spoiler alert, it's not just the burpees.
Thank God, because burpees are universally awful.
Yeah, they are.
But women have some extra unique challenges that we're going to break down today.
For those of you who are just joining us, my name is Danae.
And I'm Zoe.
So let's jump straight into it and start with the gym. The place that is supposed to empower us, but sometimes just makes us want to turn around and go home, because I know that all of us have been there before.
Oh, yes. The number one thing I hear all the time is gym intimidation. You walk in and it feels like everyone is watching you. No one is doing their workout. They're all staring at you. But spoiler alert, they're not. I know it feels like it, but they're not.
And it's also that moment when you walking up to the dumbbell rack and you get your dumbbells and you're like, wait, am I holding these the wrong way? Do you know what I mean? Like, did I pick that up right? Did I put that down right? I think that everybody has gotten to some point in their journey where they're like, is my squat looking okay? Am I curling this dumbbell properly? You question everything because you feel like all the eyes are on you.
Yeah. And then to top it off, there's the dreaded men's weights section, the invisible border where suddenly women feel like they don't belong. And if you dare to cross it, you get the, oh wow, she actually knows what she's doing stares. I had a situation like this when I was in Cape Town, now past, in December. And I was so annoyed because it was 10 o'clock, so Constantia was busy. And I was using a bench, but I was doing everything on this bench. It was full, and I decided that I was going to do my whole workout at this bench. I'm not going to move. So therefore, I was supersetting upper body with lower body. But obviously, when you're doing lower body, you're not using the bench most of the time. And then this guy kept coming up to me and asking me, how long am I still going to be? I'm like, I don't know. I'm doing my workout. He's like, but you're not using the bench. I'm using the bench in between. Like, did you not just see me use the bench for my chest press? Like, the whole time he was being a little bully, and then he was standing at the pillar behind me, like almost breathing on top of me, trying to rush me along. I then decided to take my damn sweet time because we will get into that, but I'm not about to be bullied on the weights floor.
Yeah, especially by men. I feel like there's this unspoken thing, like you just said now. It's like they look at you like, does she actually know what she's doing? It's like a shock to the system. And I'm like, we are in 2025 where women have grown so much in the fitness industry. It's time to give us the credit that we deserve, because training is not a male or female thing. And also the weight section is often referred to as the testosterone zone. And honestly, in my personal opinion, women belong there as much as men do, because if you actually take a minute to look around, I'm going to say this, don't come at me, 9 out of 10 times women have better form than men. I'm just going to say it, because women are so pedantic about almost everything that they do. So you can only imagine how much they focus on their form and their mind to muscle connection. Most of the time, you will actually see that men are training whack with their form. And women are training like so to the T, taking note of every single part of the movement. So ladies, you belong in the weight section just as much as men do. So
preach. Another one, equipment hogging. You finally work up the courage to use a machine and some guy decides it's his throne. for 45 minutes. He's just going to sit there, chat, take a little break, maybe have other chats with the brasser around or with the guys around. You know, it's so annoying.
Yeah, it isn't. I actually had an incident twice in a row with one specific member at Constantia. Constantia seems to be where all the drama's at. But this guy was literally hogging the machine, but he wasn't even there. His towel was on the machine. So just to give you a bit of a picture, the leg extension is on this side of the gym and the squat rack is on that side of the gym. So this guy was supersetting between the squat rack and the leg extension. Now, please, if you're going to do a superset, make sure that you are supersetting right there. Don't superset from that side of the gym to this side of the gym and then expect this machine to be available when you come back.
And by the time you get there, then the superset doesn't really mean a superset anymore.
Exactly. Because the literal definition of a superset is little to no rest in between two exercises. So if it's taking you 1 minute to walk across, that's rest, babes. Like, it's not a superset. That's really not. Anyway, I had a massive falling out with this guy because I was with my client at the time. And when you are with your client, you are capped for time. Most of the time you have 45 minutes to an hour with them, and that's it. So you need to get through your workout within that time because time is money. And so now Bob over here wants to leave his towel on the leg extension. And anyway, we had a massive falling out. But just like if you are listening and you are that person that leaves your water bottle or your towel on a piece of equipment, please don't. If you are not there as a person, then the machine is not in use and I will remove your towel, which is what I did. But yeah, people also have this horrible habit of giving you unsolicited advice or coming up to you and saying, oh, do you know that maybe you should try doing this or maybe you should try doing that. Like, sir, if I needed a personal trainer, I would have gotten one, you know, like don't be out here giving me advice, you know? Yeah. And then also on the unsolicited advice, we are in a time where training one exercise has many variations. So if you're seeing a person doing a variation of a squat, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's wrong because it's not the squat that you know. Do you know what I mean? So that's also coming up and telling them this is wrong, but meanwhile they're doing a variation of it and it's not wrong. So just because you aren't educated on this doesn't mean that you are right and they are wrong type of thing. So there's also that, you know?
Yeah, 100%. And now we want to talk about the at-home specific struggles. We're going to talk about those home workouts, no? You thought that those home workouts were going to be easier, right? No creepy stairs, no equipment hogging.
But instead, you do get interrupted. And that's the kids. If you have kids at your house while you are training, they are 100% going to interrupt you. The dog is thinking that the yoga mat is their bed. We've all experienced this. And they do their rolls on their back and they want belly rubs. And you're like, get off my mat. Also, maybe you're just walking on your way to do your workout and you spot the laundry and you go, oh yeah, this must go into the machine. All of a sudden, those lunges don't seem very appealing anymore.
Yeah, exactly that. That's a trap. And don't forget the classic, trying to do a glute bridge and your toddler climbs onto your stomach like you're a jungle gym, because I have personal experience in this.
That also counts as like extra resistance training.
Yeah, for sure. Another big one for women at home is the lack of space and equipment. You've got one kettlebell, a mat, and maybe a resistance band that's been chewed by the dog or just been overused because the limited amount of equipment, but you're trying to crush your goals. The math and mathing.
Yeah. And then there's the motivation at home. There's no atmosphere really, no vibe. There's no music pumping. Although like you can create your own vibe, but for the most part, I feel like we feed off each other's energy. Like when you are in a gym space or you're doing a class or whatever. So there's always the fact that and it's just you basically versus the fridge. You know what I mean?
The other day in our live, we had a question about what is your biggest struggle right now? And don't think I answered that question, but I was actually thinking about it. And for me, it's definitely that, like having my own gym. I'm training alone all the time. So even on days when it's hard to be motivated, you have to rely so much on discipline. And sometimes the best thing of being in the gym was relying on the external energy when you didn't have energy of your own to give on that day. And I think that's my biggest struggle, because being someone that needs external vibrations, it's a struggle sometimes. So yeah, that's definitely not easy.
Also, I just want to say, for those people who are like people like you, who are training in your own private gym, or you're training at home and you are still managing to get through your workout every day, big ups to you, seriously, because I would not be able to do that. And the fact that you are remaining consistent throughout this journey, feeding off your own energy and vibrations, and like really taking my hat off to you guys. That's really, really cool thing. Yeah. So
thanks, man.
you're welcome. Okay, now let's get real for a second. Beyond the gym and home struggles, there's also the mental side that women do face in fitness.
Yeah, things like the obsession with the scale. We've all been there. We've spoken about this. You train, you eat well, you feel amazing, and then the scale doesn't budge, and suddenly all your progress feels invalid.
Yeah. And it's crazy because the scale doesn't tell you how strong you've gotten. Zoe and I have done numerous talks on this, how much the scale dictates where you are at, but you forget all the other progress that you've made. It also doesn't tell you how much energy you have or how your genes fit differently.
Yeah. Then there's the comparison trap, scrolling Instagram, seeing these perfect bodies and thinking, why don't I look like that after a week of training?
Yeah, and those highlight reels that no one's posting their bloated days or their missed workouts, or when they cried because their leggings rolled down mid squat. Nobody's posting that. Everybody's posting all the good stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah. Another one, guilt. Women juggle so much. Work, family, private responsibilities, and if you miss a workout, you instantly feel like a failure.
Yeah, and the truth is that missing one workout does not erase your progress. It really doesn't. So consistency is built over months and years, and not perfection every single day.
Exactly. Progress is never linear. It's wobbly, it's messy, and it's full of days where you want to throw your dumbbell out the window.
We know this all too well. Okay, we have laughed about the struggles, but let's also share some solutions to make the journey a little bit smoother for those of you listening today.
First, if the gym intimidates you, go with a plan. Write down your workout so you don't wander around the gym looking lost. Confidence grows with practice. Become familiar with where the dumbbells are in the gym, where the mats are, where the toilets are. When you feel in a better place about knowing where everything is and you can walk with confidence, you will start to feel confident.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And at home, set up a dedicated space, even if it's tiny. That visual cues help you to switch into your workout mode. And yes, close the door so the dog does not steal your mat. Place your mat to the window if you have a view of something, your garden at the house or whatever it may be, in the natural light, so that you feel like you can at least feed off the energy that nature's giving you if there's no people around, you know?
Yeah. And for the mental side, stop relying on the scale alone, please. Track strength gains, track your progress pictures, write down how you feel. All of those things matter so much more than if you were 80 kilos this week and 79 next week. Yeah.
Yeah. And most importantly, like I can't stress this enough, give yourself grace. The fitness journey is really not about punishing your body. It's about building it up. You are going there to feel good about yourself. So give yourself grace for that.
Yeah. And if you fall off, don't wait until Monday to restart. Just pick up where you left off, no guilt. If you had a workout planned for Friday and Friday comes and you don't do the workout, don't be like, oh, I'm just going to do it on Monday. There's no prescribed days in which you must only work out Monday to Friday. Go at the very next opportunity where you're feeling good enough to go and do the workout again. And obviously, if you are someone that's wanting to achieve a certain goal or a certain weight or body fat percentage or whatever that goal is, if you are that person, then it is also necessary that you practice going again. You know, you don't just be like, I'm just going to wait till Monday. It's also then to have that discipline to also give yourself a kick up the arse.
Yeah. And also, if you skip Monday, you can't wait for the next Monday because a whole week has passed. So basically, what you're saying is that start any day of the week. There's no rule that says that it has to be on a Monday. If you start on a Saturday or a Friday, like you start. That's what's most important is that you started and you are trying to keep this thing going, you know? So to every woman out there who is listening, you are not alone with these struggles. You really are not. And I know it feels like you are, but you are not. So whether it's the gym intimidation or the thousands of things distracting you at your house or the scale messing with your head, all of us have been there before and you are not alone.
Yeah. And the fact that you keep showing up, even imperfectly, is proof of your strength and of your resilience. And when you're
100%.
feeling low, think about this time and think about every other time that you have crawled yourself out of the darkest places in your mind and power and channel that energy to drive you in your next workout.
Yeah. And also just to kind of stay on track with it and remember that not every session is going to be your best session. Some sessions you're going to feel at your absolute worst. You're going to feel so weak at some sessions. The motivation is going to be super, super low. But just remind yourself of why you are doing this. And also something to remember, try and keep in mind how you feel after your workout. We all feel great after our workout because those endorphins are feeding our soul. So remember that that's how you feel. If you related to today's episode, then share it with a friend who might need to laugh or somebody who just needs some encouragement, or even you, if you need to watch this again, watch it again, because that's what Zoe and I are trying to do, is to encourage you.
Yeah. And as always, we'd love to hear your funny or relatable fitness struggles. Send them to us on Instagram or drop them in the comments down below because we might just share them in a future episode.
Yeah.
And until next time,
keep giggling and keep growing them glutes. Bye.
What she said. Bye.